Do you sing on pitch? Well, for most singers, it comes as quite a shock to discover that they have been singing off pitch their entire lives and didn't know it. It can be ugly and embarrassing to learn that you sing off pitch. It can be one of those moments where you wonder if you'll ever want to sing again. Well, you might be embarrassed today, but this time it'll be in the privacy of your own home and not in public. You see, I want you to learn the truth and take action to correct your pitch problems. You can do this at home rather than out in public where, well, let's talk about that. Who sings off pitch? Well, have you ever noticed how many other people sing off pitch? Singers often don't know they're singing off pitch and are often embarrassed when they hear a recording of themselves. Friends might know that you're singing off pitch, but they don't say anything. It's kind of like saying, "You look really fat today." Others may crack jokes and make fun of poor pitch. Let's take a look at PitchPerfector in action. So how do we get results in 10 minutes? Singers report improvement almost immediately because it's the first time ever that they've seen their voice in real time and they can make real-time corrections. You can work with PitchPerfector in several ways. If you are a serious singer, then you'll want to take a serious approach and integrate using this software with your regular vocal exercises and your current training. For serious singers, you will get outstanding results. But if you're just a casual singer, you can just play around with the software and be delighted and surprised with significant improvement in the first few days and weeks. You'll actually notice improvement within the first 10 minutes. To use PitchPerfector, you need two things. First of all, you need a computer that is a Macintosh or a PC, and you need a microphone. The microphone can be an internal laptop microphone, that's totally fine, or an inexpensive external mic plugged in through an audio card, the microphone input jack, or the USB connector.
I don't see who I would not recommend it to. I mean, it's essential to almost everyone. Everyone needs to work on their pitch. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out in your first day of lessons or if you're a seasoned opera singer for the last 20 years. If you're a singer, you need this. You really do. Well, if you're a singer, this is a tool that you really should have in your arsenal. I mean, you need music, you need someone who can play for you, and you need someone who's going to be honest about your pitch. That's a fact.
The fact is, everyone sings off pitch. It's just a matter of how much and for how long. Now, surveys show that singing on pitch is the #1 problem reported by singers, just behind being able to hit those high notes. Yes, singers all want to hit the high notes, but let's think about this. What's more important to you? Hitting high notes with a big range or being on pitch within your range? Now, naturally, we want to be able to do both. Which one is more important? Let's think again about who sings off pitch. Well, even professional singers go off pitch. One man who visited my studio recently was mortified to discover how far off pitch he was. Another woman was so embarrassed that she turned red and she would not sing anymore. Both of these were professional singers with years of experience both on the stage and in the recording studio. Let's see what they saw. Here is a graph of a male vocalist. You can notice that he is trying to sing this line here, an E, indicated by the darker line. But this is his pitch, and you can see that he's actually closer to the line below, the note below. Just so you get an idea of some of the terminology. When we talk about one note to the next, that's referred to as 100 cents. So if you're 50 cents flat, then you're halfway between the note that you're trying to hit and the note just below it. In this case, this male vocalist was singing about 60 or 70 cents flat. Here's another male vocalist. We can notice right here that he misses the first note and is almost 50 cents flat. Now he goes to the second note of a scale, comes up and almost hits it, drops down, and then scoops up and finally locks in on the note. Then he goes for the third note of the scale, a little bit of scooping there, and not too bad for a while. Drops back down, not too bad, getting a little crazy here at the end, a little scoop up on the last note, and then not too bad from there on out. Let's look at a female vocalist. Here, the female vocalist starts off not too bad, dips in her pitch, scoops back up, has a good attack here, dips in her pitch again, are we seeing a pattern? And then jumps up and overshoots the third note, then misses a little bit here, not too bad, and then ends up being sharp. Now you'll notice these vertical lines, and these are just here so that you know when you're not singing. We can also click the lines button up here, which will turn off the lines and just show you dots, and sometimes that's what you'll like to work with. Here's another graph of a female vocalist doing a full octave arpeggio. What we will notice is that she completely missed the bottom end note, slid right through the first note, slid right through the third of the scale, overshot the fifth of the scale by a full note, and stayed sharp the entire time. And we would need to scroll up here, but we would have been able to see that she also went over and was sharp on the octave. Coming back down, you get an idea of how valuable it is to have a graph of your pitch. So what is on-pitch singing all about? Well, it's a comprehensive system to empower you to sing on pitch, never be embarrassed or made fun of again, have full confidence when you sing, and understand your own unique signature pitch issues. But how does it do this? Well, the answer is PitchPerfector. It's the flagship product of on-pitch singing, and it analyzes your pitch, and it won't lie to you. It works a single pitch at a time with scales, arpeggios, and more. Let's hear what people are saying about PitchPerfector.
It won't lie to you. So it will be extremely brutally honest, and you can sit there and work on a pitch until you get it right. It's very important to sit there and work on it until you...
Ken Mullet from Indiana said that when I started using on pitch, I discovered that I was a little low on my thirds and fifths. After using on pitch a few times, I was consistently hitting them without much effort. Just a few times. That's remarkable. And we will hear more. And here's a great note from Pastor Jerry Freeman, and you can read this at your leisure. It's a little further down on the page, where he's found the pitch graphing tool has proven to be a great asset in his gospel singing. And Linda Cole, a recording artist, a flautist, harpist, and vocalist, is a professional musician with several award-winning records produced. Linda says that on-pitch singing is a powerful software program that provides immediate feedback for singers so that they can correct their pitch. Simple training exercises and software transfers directly to improving live performances, and says that it is a much better solution than buying expensive gear to cover up pitch problems. And by the way, that is something that a lot of professional vocalists use in live performances, is pitch correction hardware.